Hello, this is a road, and on that road we find tarmac, a road surface material that we've been using forever. And whilst you probably never thought about it, did you know that tarmac was invented completely by accident? Today I'll be telling you about how it all came about, and we'll also be answering the question of where is the world's first tarmac road? Tarmac was invented in 1902, but its origins lie within a type of road construction or surface known as Macadam, which was first used in the early 1800s. Invented by Scottish-born John Macadam, Macadam involved building a road surface using crushed stone in shallow convex layers before compacting the layers and adding some stone dust to bind it all together. They worked very well and were simple to install because you didn't need any sort of heavy stone foundation to build on. You could just dig out the ground, chuck this in, and there you go, a road. But then the motorised vehicle came along and a problem quickly materialised with Macadam, the road surface, not the bloke. The stone dust used to bind the surface together was being pulled out by the cars going over it, creating huge dust clouds, and given enough time, the road surface would fail. It hadn't been an issue before because traffic was all horse-drawn and they didn't go fast enough, but when the car came along, that all changed and a solution needed to be found, and it was Welsh inventor Edgar Hooley who found it. The story goes that in 1901, Edgar was walking down Park Hall Road here in Denbigh past the local tar works, where he noticed a completely smooth section of road which, following some inquiry, turned out to have been a spillage of tar which, in an attempt to clear up, had had some waste slag added to cover it up. This mixture of tar and waste slag had unintentionally solidified and smoothed out the area, and this gave Edgar a bit of an idea. Rather than use stone dust, which was now proving unreliable in road surfaces, why not use this tar and waste slag mix? Because to his eyes it looked like the perfect road surface which wouldn't produce any dust and would work very well for these newfangled motorised carriages. So he set about perfecting the formula, set up a company known as Macadam Patent Syndicate Limited, stupid name, and registered his patent for tarmac in 1902 to be granted by 1903. The tarmac name came about presumably because Edgar was adding tar to the Macadam road surface. Tar, Macadam, tarmac. What you do is heat up some tar, add in some waste slag, usually from an old blast furnace and or steelworks, which at the time were plentiful, throw in your stones or aggregate material, give it a stir, bring to the boil, allow to stand for 2 minutes, and you're good to lay your road surface. Like before, no foundations needed, just chuck it in and away you go. The recipe hasn't really changed all that much over the years, and today we're using millions of tons of tarmac a year, so you'd expect old Edgar to have been a baller back in his day, but sadly not. Like all good inventors, he was a crap businessman and just couldn't sell his new tarmac product, resulting in the sale of his company only a few years after he started. However, during those few years, Edgar did see his creation put to use, bringing us back to the question of where is the world's first tarmac road? Nottingham. Whilst Edgar was born and spent his early years in Swansea, in Wales, his career took him to Nottinghamshire, where he became a county surveyor from 1889 before making his tarmac discovery. Accordingly, when it came to where to put the first tarmac road, Nottingham was decided as the best place because, well, it's just where he lived, I suppose. The road is known as Radcliffe Road, aka the A6520 and A6011, or maybe A52. However, back then none of these road numbers existed because they hadn't been invented. It was just known as Radcliffe Road, probably because it goes to Radcliffe, but it's not important. What is important is that this is the world's first tarmac road, a material and road construction method that changed the world's automotive transport forever. And whilst Edgar did sell his company, it still continued to do business for years after, getting involved with some of the most major UK road building projects such as the first motorway. And it was all down to an accidental discovery made by a Welsh bloke from Swansea who decided to go for a walk one day. Good work, Edgar. You should be proud. I just wish you were still with us today. Maybe you could work out a way to fix these fucking potholes. Thanks very much for watching. See you guys soon. And it was all down to an accidental discovery made by a Welsh bloke. And it was all down to a And it was all down to an accidental discovery made by a Welsh bloke from Swansea who decided to go for a walk.